I just finished watching Tommy Robinson's documentary called Silenced. Actually, I haven't even finished it. It was his Oxford speech when he was 31 years old. It's about 10 years ago. He does a speech. So this guy's been in the game. He's been standing up to the Sharia law extremist Muslims in England. I mean, he's in his 40s, so he's been fighting this fight since he was 21 years old, he said. And it's even earlier than that, because in his hometown, there was violence committed against white and black English people who are born English. They're English to the core. They're English citizens, but they love England. They're of the culture of England. They're not of a religious culture. They're a culture of the West, of the democratic society of England. They're like you and me, but just with an accent. I'm talking about you and me as an American born. All I know is America. I'm not some... The Muslim religion has a lot more extremist views, where it's like, if you steal something, we're chopping off your hand. Is there an argument there that... I mean, I even say some extremist things to the effect that, like, if there's pedophiles, they should die. If there's freaking people killing people because of just senseless murders, maybe we should do some public assassinations, or just make it easier for people who kill people to be killed. Eye for an eye. It even says that in the Bible. So it's little, but the fact is, it's just one of those things where you're bringing in a culture that's not of the West, and you want to implement it into the West. It's like, you're not... So it's easy. So I guess I'll keep it short. Watch it for yourself. It's called Silenced by Tommy Robinson. A lot of people have never even shown this stuff. They don't really even talk about it. You only find it on YouTube or maybe on certain websites if you knew about it. But it was known in the BBC, but who knows if they suppress some information that's shown in the BBC. I mean, look, this was 10 years ago. I'm barely watching these interviews now. I heard about Tommy Robinson recently from popular podcasts, from some popular Canadians and popular American podcasts, especially during the time of the presidential debate, and how, for some reason, whoever's in control of Joe Biden, allowing the border to be open, is doing the same. They're in charge of all the West. These are powerful people who seem to want to cause friction amongst the West and the culture and the identity in the West, in America. And they're doing it by letting in the nearest cultures that aren't of this culture. That, I don't know, it's really deep. It's pretty deep, and it's sort of like, you're just better off not even getting involved in it. You're just gonna stress yourself out. You're gonna, I don't know. But shout out to Tommy Robinson, man. That guy's a fucking ballsy motherfucker. He's legit, and he's standing up for what he believes in. But yeah, it's just an annoying thing. Imagine you had a house and someone went in there and tried to change your shit. Went in there and tried to change the way you have your house and the way you like to decorate it and set it up, and the rules you have for your children in that home. Then you have these people coming in trying to, like, why I allowed you to come into my home, and now you're trying to change it. Why stay here? Just leave. Because they have an idea, that a calling to do it. And with the way the mind works, it's hard. It's really, really difficult to get people to see otherwise and to change their mind from how crazy they could actually have became. They're not going to have compassion for you. And so why should we have compassion for them? And it's more the extremist Muslims. And some say it's karma, or it's like, oh, well, it's inevitable. You went in to go disrupt. But again, it wasn't us. It was the people in charge who maybe greedy people, maybe people in the West and the governments of the American government at the time, these bureaucrats, these warmongers who made our people go to war. And now we're having to deal with it on the front, which is going to your local markets and the community. And I'm not saying it's happening here. I'm talking about the Tommy Robinson story and the problem that they're actually having in England. It's an England issue right now. It's open borders. It's Somalians who are Muslims and Muslims who are actually, we're supposed to be our enemies. If we go to Somalia, if we go to these places that are third world countries, second world, dude, they're not gonna like us as Americans, and especially Christians. If you're a Christian, then they might just label you as one, or you might have to succumb to what they believe in, have to submit, right, for your own safety. And there's no harm in that, you know. And yeah, I just find it was fascinating. It goes to living in a civil world. They come from a violent world. We live in a civil world, and we want to live civil. So it's like an easy target, right? You're an easy target. You can easily be taken over because you don't want to have to become violent. Maybe that's not your nature. When these people coming from these war-torn places coming over here because you left the border open, just think differently. They have a different culture than you. I'm from Southern California. Think about a man who's 70 who still has a Spanish-speaking accent from the country he came from, some Latin American, maybe Mexican state he came from. Maybe he came in his 30s and 40s, but early in your life, if the first 20 years of your life you spend it in a certain culture, you're going to have a lot of that culture still left in you, or a lot of that characteristic or personality, your adaptation. You're still going to speak like that, and there's a difference there, man. There's a difference. And imagine if it's a religious difference. It's kind of annoying. I can't see it. I think it has to be with violence. And maybe you would say, let the police, let them go to war. Let them fight it out. Who is it wants to cause this? Who is it that is so evil that wants to disrupt their own? Because I feel like it's just fear of their own people. They have fear of their own people rising up against them, or even calling them. I really don't even know. Maybe it's fear. I have no idea. And I don't know. I feel like it's going to become a problem over here in America. I mean, it already is, but it's mostly with Spanish-speaking countries. And like they don't care about you as a citizen of this place. Unless you could fucking start a business, and they don't give a fuck about you. Anyway, check it out for yourself. The Tommy Robinson. Just watch videos of him. Start from when he was young, and watch Silenced. Silence is why they recently put him in jail. Silenced. It's pretty fascinating. And again, you're gonna have your points of view. But one thing I want to say, if you disagree with what I'm saying, you don't go to a place and try to change it. Like when they were burning the American flag and they had the Mexican flag in the air, man, and then they're screaming fascism, and they're screaming Nazism, dude. You're lucky it wasn't really that, because you would have been dead. That was homogeneity to the max. They were practicing that thing where it's like white, or like a certain race. I forgot what it's called. Eugenics. They were practicing eugenics. They were trying to preserve the most beautiful features of which was relative to them, right? Blue eyes, blonde hair, tall. That was the Nazism, eugenics. There might have been some eugenics in America at the time. Was, civil rights and slavery, pre that, right? And if you're even smart enough and you have enough life experience, you can even understand why those people wanted to keep their culture alive. But they brought it upon themselves. Like the white European who enslaved a different looking individual. Maybe it would have worked if you enslaved the people that looked like you, and you could have just, oh, let's free them, but they look like us, right? But again, it was a business decision. It was the fucking African kings selling their own slaves that looked like them. And it could have been some coercion as well from the Portuguese when they came over here to Florida to do like fucking, when they were harvesting sugar cane and then tobacco, I think. I do your own research, I could be wrong. But it's just annoying when they don't want to fuck with you and help you when you're from here. But there's like, we're just so afraid. We're getting fucking punked. Like right now, I passed by these two dudes. They're from a Spanish-speaking country, probably Mexico. They're right here setting up their taco stand. They don't pay taxes. Just right here on the sidewalk that's yours, and you pay taxes on. And they're right there. They're fucking doing they're practicing their entrepreneur skill. They're gonna get a house before you do. You're afraid. You have no confidence in yourself because they don't teach you shit in the school system. They don't teach you to believe in yourself, to start a business. But we want to go to the city hall and do it the right way and get a permit. Who's stopping these people, man? Just start doing it now while you're trying to do that, and let them take your shit. You could get it again. Someone will give you a loan. Just don't stop, dude. You're from America. This is your fucking country. They're right there, and trust me, they'll put their head down when you look at them because they know you know what the fuck they're doing. They're taking advantage. And there's been a system just like it's over there in England for the Muslims, where it's like they have protection from what? From what? Because people look at them and feel sorry for them. Like the problem is we look at people from another country. We think we act like if they're subordinate to us. Oh, well, look at them. Oh no. No, they're actually practicing what makes America great. And some might say it's wrong, but capitalism, being able to start your own business and save up and have enough discipline to save up, managerial skills, business skills, belief and self. The American dream is still alive, and it's alive for immigrants because we don't take advantage of it. I shouldn't be working at my cheap ass fucking job. I should be having a business and having employees. And you guys should be doing it, man. Believe in yourself. You should be teaching your kid to believe in themselves. What are we scared of money? We're scared of success because they fool us, bro. In high school and a year out of like those important years after high school, they fool you to have fear and to think negative about the place you come from. When you look around, everybody's succeeding except you. And you're 30 and 40 and realize, fuck, I wasted my life. But it's still not even too late. That's why you need to exercise. You could be pouring a bucket, but still be strong inside, physically. And hopefully translate mentally. And one day you can believe in yourself. Everybody comes here to believe in themselves, except the people who are born here. Anyway, look at that Tommy Robinson shit called Silenced. Shout out to him, man. Shout out to him. I fuck with you, Tommy.